Okay, so right now I want to talk about future adventure projections, also known as FAPs, a long forgotten yet powerful tool for getting young attractive women to envision a future sexual relationship with you, whether it be dating or something more serious than that. The key is we want every single target we approach to envision us as a future sexual dating partner and not just another one of her gay little friends that she is going to friend zone or discard of immediately after approaching her. So for the very, very limited amount of time that you have in set with your target, you're going to want to inject those mental images and thoughts into her head of you and her in future situations as a couple, as a sexual dating couple. And the situations can be either real or hypothetical. So typically with future adventure projections, what I like to do is I like to create situations that could be real depending on how she responds, yet keep the storyline hypothetical in order to protect my value. So I'll generally create a future adventure projection of a place that actually exists in real life where we could actually go in real life, yet I will keep the storyline hypothetical in order to protect my value. Because my goal here isn't to actually take her there yet, maybe in the long term depending on how things go, but in the short term all I'm looking to do is plant those mental images and thoughts into her head of us together so that she starts to envision us as a couple, together acting out in these hypothetical situations that could potentially take place in the future. That's why we call them future adventure projections, because we want our targets to envision a potential future dating relationship with us by using these hypothetical situations of us acting out together as a couple in situations that could potentially take place in the future. So for example, I might say something to my target like, have you ever been to Vegas? And she'll most likely be like, yeah, I've been to Vegas. And I'll say something like, have you ever stayed in the penthouse suite at the Bellagio? And she'll probably be like, no, I don't think I have. Then I'll immediately follow up with a hypothetical future adventure projection like, all right, so this is what we're gonna do. And when I do this, by the way, I'm gonna do this playfully and hypothetically, okay? So you don't wanna do this seriously. You always wanna do this playfully and hypothetically because you don't wanna come across as if you're serious, like you're seriously wanting to take her to this place having just met her. Because if you do, you'll just come across socially awkward and weird. All right, so you just want to be playful and hypothetical whenever you're doing future adventure projections on the girl. But with that said, you want to also make sure that you use places and locations that actually exist in real life. So she knows there's a hint of it that can be serious and that can potentially happen. Okay, that's what makes future adventure projections work, is there's always a hint of it that it could possibly happen. Right? So you always want to use places and locations that actually exist in real life so that she can actually envision it as reality. So you don't want to say anything ridiculous like, you know, we're both time travelers living in outer space, because that's not something that she can envision as reality. Instead, you want to say something like, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're both going to take off from work tomorrow. And notice how I'm already taking the lead on this and creating the scenario for her. But we're both going to take off tomorrow. We won't tell anyone where we're going. We'll book the penthouse suite at the Bellagio, order their most expensive bottle of wine, order room service, kick back in their jacuzzi. And notice also I say jacuzzi because it's hinting at something a little more sexual. So we'll kick back in their jacuzzi, drink their most expensive wine, spend the entire night partying, dancing, singing bad karaoke. Then in the morning, we'll sneak out without paying the bill and fly right back here as if nothing ever happened. Are you down? And if she says yes, you playfully say, nice, let's go. Then grab her hand and walk off with her. You know, as if you're actually gonna go. Then you can quickly drop her hand and go, wait a second, I'm not staying in a room all alone with you. I don't even know you. What if you cut out my kidneys and sell them on the black market? So immediately I'm taking back the value that I just gave her by telling her, wait a minute, I'm not staying in a room all alone with you. I don't trust you. You might cut out my kidneys and sell them on the black market. Now, for the record, obviously, you can't sneak out of the Bellagio without paying the bill, because in reality, the hotel would most likely charge you beforehand, or at least have your credit card on file in case you do something like that. So you wouldn't be able to actually get away without paying the bill. However, it's just a hypothetical scenario that you're using to plant those seeds in her head of you and her actually flying out to Vegas together, staying in this hotel room together, drinking wine together, and sitting in a jacuzzi together. So after I end my future adventure projections by taking back the value that I just gave her and saying, no, I wouldn't trust staying in a hotel room alone with you, I can now follow up with another future adventure projection and say something like, okay, now seriously, this is what we're gonna do.